Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. So, Montrezl Harrell turned down a bigger Hornets contract to sign with Lakers. Reigning NBA Sixth Man of the Year, Montrezl Harrell reportedly turned down more money from the Charlotte Hornets to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. According to Brad Turner of the Los Angeles Times, Harrell's agent, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports, told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski on Friday night that Harrell had agreed to a 2-year deal with the Lakers in free agency. Paul also represents Lakers superstar LeBron James, we know, who helped lead LA to his first championship since 2010 last season. Harrell, 26, spent the past 3 seasons with the Clippers after a 2-year stint with the Rockets to begin his career. Harrell has gotten better in each of his 5 seasons, and he enjoyed a career year in 2019-20. The rugged big man started just 2 of the 63 games he appeared in, but he still averaged 18.6 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 block per game while shooting 58% from the field. Harrell was the 3rd consecutive Clipper to win the Sixth Man of the Year award, as Lou Williams won it in 2017 and 18 and 18 and 19. Harrell also made it 4 out of 5 for the Clips since Jamal Crawford claimed the honor in 15 to 16. Harrell represents a potential massive addition for a team that is returning James and presumably Anthony Davis, who is expected to re-sign with LA after declining a player option for next season. The Lakers also acquired Sixth Man of the Year runner-up Dennis Schroeder from the Oklahoma City Thunder, giving them an explosive guard to complement James and Davis. The Harrell signing looms large for the Lakers after ESPN reported veteran center Dwight Howard signed a 1-year deal with Philadelphia 76ers. Harrell would have been a huge signing for the Hornets, who continue to reshape their roster since losing franchise player Kemba Walker to the Boston Celtics last offseason. Charlotte is rebuilding, but it selected guard LaMelo Ball with the number 3 pick in the draft Wednesday, adding to a talented young nucleus that already included P.J. Washington, Miles Bridges, Rozier, and Devontae Graham. Harrell would have filled a major need for the Hornets and may have been in line to put up better numbers than he will with the Lakers. But LA is the favorite to win the championship next season, whereas Charlotte is a long shot to even make the playoffs. So, this is what we've been seeing from Rich Paul, a.k.a. in Carcino's voice. I need no college. Okay, so this is the same thing that happened to Draymond Green. He took less money. Not only did he take less money, everybody seems to be taking less money. But for some reason, the Lakers can sign KCP to a 2-year, $40 million deal. Was it that? Yeah, they re-signed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. It's crazy. $40 million. $40 million goddamn dollars. You know, and people are trying to make Skip out to be the bad guy. But it's like, dude, you got $40 million to stay with the Lakers. How? Their cap is very strained. But we know what they're doing. LeBronies and them going to pay the luxury tax. They're going to tell the owner, man, just pay the just pay it off. The luxury, when they get hit by the luxury tax, just pay that off. Because you'll get way more money back and stuff. But I don't think so. And they have 30 players under their books. Talking about the dude, they have Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis, John Wall, Harrell, Trae Young, and others. Dude, LeBron James is positioning this league. This is what he did to the Eastern Conference back in the day. He did the same thing. I have a problem with a NBA player putting players in different positions. He probably has something to do with the Kings thing, with the Bogdanovich. He has something to do with that. This dude is a hater. This dude here is he's an over narcissistic person, even though it may not be anything, that word may not exist, but he is very narcissistic. This dude does not want to compete, but all you fans love it. All of y'all love it. All of you fans love LeBron doing this. But y'all had a problem with Kevin Durant going to Golden State when he just brought himself. Kevin Durant doesn't have the power LeBron has to take this player, to go to this player. LeBron runs an agency and he put his damn friend in charge to make it seem like, hey, he really runs it. But even though I'm making all the deals and I'm getting all the players, and then I've been colluding since 06, 07. I've been colluding with people's contracts and stuff. But hey, they're still letting me get away with it. And Montrezl Harrell, you're going to turn down all that money to go play with this bum because you that mad at the damn Clippers because they didn't kiss your ass. Dude, you're not a superstar. You and Draymond Green walk around this bitch like y'all freaking run everything. Y'all not superstars. Y'all are role players. Y'all are great role players, but y'all are role players. Y'all can't lead a team. Y'all too busy worried about what other people are doing. Just another crony in this bum world going with LeBron. And I agree with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless said it perfect. Where is it at? I just had it up. Hold on. Yeah. Skip Bayless is like, what? KCP got $40 million to stay with Lakers. I guess clutch clients don't count against the Lakers cap. It's the LeBron rule. Let's just go ahead and hand LeBron next year's trophy. He and his agency run the league now. Exactly. They run the league. And this is why the league is suffering. This is why the league is about to be destroyed. It is. It's done. Because they're catering to this bum too much. He should have been retired 5 years ago. We could have been having a new NBA with new players out here, but we got to keep paying attention to this bum. Okay, this was 3 years ago.
How'd you come up with all?
Now, this was 3 years ago. This is what Charles Barkley said. A lot of you guys really forget what's going on because y'all live in a bubble or y'all work every day like I do.
Kind of question I asked KG. LeBron James' comments were blank.
Inappropriate, whiny, all the above. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted JR.
Hold on, did you guys hear that? He had the highest payroll. Why do you think Cleveland suck? It's not because he's not there, because he puts them in a deficit with the money and with the bills of the franchise. They can't go sign nobody else because LeBron done drained their pockets. And then he got rid of their assets. If they didn't keep that number one pick when they brought Kyrie in, they would have definitely been even worse.
Smith last summer, they paid him. He wanted Shumpert. They bought
Rewind it.
Cavaliers. They have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete?
Hold on. Did you guys just hear that? He want all the good players. He don't want to compete. Hold on, let me rewind that back.
he's the best player in the world.
Best player in the world, right? To all you LeBrownie fans, right?
Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete?
Hold on. He won all the good players. He don't want to compete. I keep telling y'all, this guy is not a top 50 player. He doesn't want to compete. He wants the easiest route ever. Y'all like this guy. Why? This guy has brought the NBA down. He has destroyed the game. And fuck you guys if y'all think that I'm hating on the black man. Fuck this black man. He's a bum. He ain't a real black man. He's a bum. Real black men compete. Real black men go out there and get it. This bum get everything he freaking wants, and he gets patted on the back while y'all hated Kevin Durant for this same thing. Y'all hate it when other people got players. This is ridiculous.
He is an amazing player.
Rewind.
They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete? He is an amazing player. But this notion, they're the defending champs. And for him to be trying to hold anything over Dan Gilbert's head, and I love all these wild punk-ass reporters on television who's afraid to call LeBron. LeBron's a great player and a great guy. But this notion that he's got to have all the best players on his team. He's got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He want everybody. He don't want to compete. He want to be the favorite all the time. It just pisses me off that a guy that great don't want to compete.
His comments were what, Kenny?
Inappropriate. And
You stole his answer.
yeah, it was inappropriate. And
You cheated off my test. That's why he's successful today.
But I'll tell you what. Everyone has a perspective. This is our perspective. But we can't understand your perspective when you are the best player in the world. We can't understand your perspective when you have two All-Stars. We just can't understand it. So it's like the guy who says, well, I got a Lamborghini, I got a Bentley and a Ferrari, but I need an everyday car, man. We can't understand that perspective, man. I'm sorry. You have three of them.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You are a great player. You're supposed to be the greatest of all time. And all these dumb fans, all your fans are stupid, and all these people on the internet idiots who support you. They're idiots. I'll tell them to their face. That goes for any content creator. I said it, you're an idiot. Anytime you want to debate, let me know. Email me your number and we will debate on recording. We will record it and I will destroy your argument. Now, LeBron James continues to do this. Why do y'all give him a pass, but everybody else who get a player is a problem? Wait till next year happens. They're going to lose a couple, maybe 3 or 4 games. He's going to trade somebody and he's going to bring somebody in because he's not going to be happy with the team because these parts that he's getting, they're not great parts for him. Wesley Matthews is not a spot-up shooter. He needs to get the ball and score at times and get to his shot. LeBron like to dribble the air out the ball and give you the ball with 4 or 5 seconds left on the clock. Then when you miss it, it's your fault. It's your fault. Charles Barkley told the truth.
The biggest, best cars in the world. So, and you need an everyday Chevy to get you around, a U-Haul, things around. We can't have sympathy for you. You could have that perspective, but we can give you no sympathy when you are LeBron James, the best player in the world, with all of those tools, top-heavy tools. We cannot have any sympathy. That's my understanding of it.
Shaq.
His comments were inappropriate, but Chuck, don't ever say LeBron doesn't want to compete. Does he need all the
And then here goes Shaq crying.
It's inappropriate because
it is inappropriate, and plus, he knows that he doesn't want to compete.
I think in a professional manner, he could have went upstairs. They have great history. They have some bad history, but the history was rekindled. He should have went upstairs.
But you don't think there's something wrong with even wanting more?
No, let me
like
finish.
for where
No,
you
it's
are
not.
now. You don't
It's
think
not.
that
No.
this
Of course
there is
And this is why Shaq's a bum too. He's the same player as LeBron. That's why he commends him what he's doing. Guys like Shaq, they're not top 50 players. They didn't want to compete like that. They wanted all the best players they could get to win. Because they don't compete. So stop telling me this bum love to compete when he doesn't. He's never competed. He always has to have the best players. He got to have the best role players. He got to have the best talent out there. This dude colluded. This dude here colluded with Anthony Davis, coercing him into coming. But he doesn't get charged for anything. He's a collusion artist. That's all he is. He's a collusion artist.
Interesting playoffs. So much stuff went down in these playoffs and ended on a down note because you hate to see.
Now, that's what I'm saying. This dude has colluded with everybody. He's always done that. So, here's an article by Doug Robinson, a columnist. June 18, 2019. Doug Robinson, the problem with LeBron James getting a new sidekick. Here we go again. NBA All-Stars are colluding once more, joining forces to create instant championship teams. Wooed by LeBron James, Anthony Davis demanded a trade. Listen, let me repeat that. Wooed by LeBron James, Anthony Davis demanded a trade and eventually got his way, landing with the Lakers and running into James' open arms. Gave him a kiss, rubbed his thing, and was like, yeah, we on. Davis gets to be James' latest sidekick, and the Lakers are back in the title hunt. The Pelicans, a rising young team that have built the team the right way, are back in rebuilding mode, which is the fate of small market teams in the NBA. Sound familiar, Jazz fans? At least they came away with superb prospects for the rebuild. James, the inventor of star collusion and super teams. Hold on. Did y'all hear that? James, the inventor of star collusion and super teams, is in the middle of it all. Of course, what James want, James get. Everything related to the NBA these days is about making LeBron James happy. Have you noticed that even the national media constantly fret about the state of James' supporting cast and campaign to get him help? Similarly, they fret about the state of the Lakers too, like no other team in the league. Now that the Lakers and James are the same as one big love fest. James wasn't even subtle about this deal. He had dinner with Davis in a very public restaurant when the Pelicans came to LA in December and then declared it would be amazing to have Davis as a Laker teammate. In response, the NBA sent the memo to teams warning against tampering, but they really can't stop such shenanigans, especially when it involves a player, especially if that player is LeBron James. ESPN reported that small market GMs objected to James' comments and a league-wide trend of players in big cities openly recruiting other stars. James, always gracious, threw it back in their faces. They can't control me at all, he told reporters. And I play by the rules. Nice. A month later, after dinner with James, Davis announced that he would not sign with the Pelicans when his 5-year, $145 million contract expired in the summer of 2020, and he requested a trade. It didn't happen immediately, only because the Lakers couldn't offer enough in return. Basically their entire roster, but after they drew the 4th pick in the upcoming draft and the Pelicans drew the 1st pick, the deal was on. The Lakers mortgaged their future to make it happen. They sent 3 players, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, plus 3 first-round picks, including the number 4 selection in the upcoming draft, to the Pelicans to get Davis, an injury-prone player who is not proven capable of leading a team on his own. As ESPN Jalen Rose put it, Davis goes from being the best player on a playoff team to acknowledging that he can't be the best player on a championship team. Super teams ruled the league in the last decade until Toronto stumbled into a title this season thanks to a freakish string of timely injuries to the Warriors. The only way to prevent teams from stockpiling all-stars is for the NBA to enact a hard salary cap, but that's not going to happen. All but a handful of teams unable to sign or keep free agents have no hope of winning a championship. The vast majority of fans can only hope their team makes the playoffs, not win a championship. They are eliminated on opening day. It's bad for the league. So this business of players forcing their way out of a contract to jump to another team well ahead of free agency won out. All you have to do is grumble and go public with your cause. Kawhi Leonard did it to the San Antonio Spurs and was rewarded with the trade to Toronto, where he won a championship this month. Since players have guaranteed contracts, the teams have little leverage and are forced to comply. This is bad news for everyone, but especially the smaller market teams. It is one more blow to any hope for parity in the league. The Pelicans, who advanced to the second round of the playoffs 2 seasons ago, nosedive after Davis made his request, winning just 12 of 36 games. They parked Davis on the bench for 21 games and played him limited minutes in 16 games. In the end, the Pelicans became one more small market team that served as a farm club for the big market teams and traditional powerhouses. A lot of observers, including the Las Vegas odd makers, are all but handling the trophy to the Lakers next year, but there are a lot of questions to answer first. Can Davis bend his game to fit James? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, can Davis bend his game to fit James' many needs? Ask Kevin Love about that one. Can James, who has a lot of miles on his body, stay healthy, especially given his recent injury issues? Can they poach a third star? But basically, that's all I'm saying. If you're going to make the moves you do, be fair about it. Stop all this stacking teams. And then what I'm mad about is Montrezl Harrell left money on the table to go play with this bum because you that mad at the Clippers. You a bum, dog. I lost respect for you. All-heartedly. I lost respect for you. I lost respect for Ray Allen. Back when he did what he did, I lost respect for both of you guys. Both of you guys I've lost respect in. I don't care what he does this year. Montrezl Harrell is not a great player to me, and he will never be considered a great role player in my eyes. I don't care what he does. He showed his weakness. He showed being a traitor and showing that he wants to help this bum win instead of creating his own legacy. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. I might do a live later today. I'm still trying to contemplate. It might be on who's the best receivers of all time. I got 5 of them. I don't do 10s. That's too many. I'm just going to do 5. And if you want to donate to the page, cash at me at the word welcome, the word welcome, the number 2, HDIITV. Shout out to who did it this time for his donation, man. Thank you, man. You've been a blessing. You continue helping this page grow. And thank you all, man, for the turnout yesterday. C-Pen, Terrell Hubbard, Know the Ledge. I think it was Terrence Robinson, I believe that's his name. And then Joe Cool. Shout out to you guys for coming to catch the live. And thank you guys for listening, man. We are out. Live boy.